Another good long red. Cue ball just going a little too far. I mean, it's one you expect him to get, really, but of course they're not easy. Now, if you can run this in, it's going to be a little close to the left cushion, I think. You're playing on a red to the right corner. You can't avoid that cue ball going across to the left on that shot, but not to the point where you still wouldn't strongly fancy him to keep going. Yeah, he's been very good, hasn't he, in this match, John Higgins. I mean, Maguire's been in good form this week. Of the players who were left in at the semi-final stage, he'd have been the one that he might have been most surprised by, I suppose. Not very surprised. But, you know, to put him away by this sort of margin tells you how well John is playing. I mean, I think we can start
14.
looking towards Wu Yiza, John Higgins, extraordinary final that it'll be, the age gap, the contrast.
15.
The uncertainty as to who will win, actually. I mean, I don't think John there's a certainty to win it, but it's going to be a fascinating watch to find out. What a final, which seems to be about to happen. Don't want to be sort of right in the obits too soon, but it's hard to think this is anything but a Higgins win.
I think what we can agree on is whoever wins this match, and it looks very likely to be Higgins, Wu Yiza will need to start the final well, which he didn't do in the two finals he was in last year. Maybe he's learnt from that. Great talent, but didn't bring his A game to the first session against Robertson at the English Open, and didn't bring it at all in the Scottish Open final against Le Pei Fan.
21.
Well, I'll say it again about Wu Yiza, and I think he's a fantastic talent. I just love watching him. He's an exhilarating player to watch. But what I'll say is that the difference between his best and his worst is very extreme. And I think that is down to his very expansive cue action. Big backswing, getting through the ball. When he's timing it, he looks just magnificent. And that looks to have gone wrong, and I can't think how the break will continue. But with Wu Yiza, it's just that balance between
27.
how well he's hitting the ball, whether that cue action sort of pendulum swing is working. Anyway, the double on here. So not end of break at all. Why would I have thought that when John Higgins is faced with a double? It's going to be fascinating anyway, isn't it, whatever happens tomorrow. But like you say, if Wu Yiza turns up at his best and John does, it'll be a blockbuster. Playing with a lot of confidence, albeit not on an easy red.
35.
Well, it's been so one-sided this session, as indeed the early part of the opening session was. Higgins just looking magnificent now. If he does win the title, he'll create history. He'll be the first player to have won a ranking title as a teenager, as a 20-something,
39.
a 30-something, a 40-something and a 50-something. Mark Williams, of course, he won the Xi'an Grand Prix at 50. He hadn't won a ranking title in his teens.
40.
But Higgins won his first 31 years ago, the Grand Prix 94 at the age of 19. If you'd have told him then, here we'd be in 2025, he'd still be playing at this level, he just would not have believed it.
Yeah, but we knew he was good, and we knew a few of them were good, but like you say, you can't
45.
really tell how it's all going to pan out. It's not as simple as them just being good, because many a very good player at the same sort of age has not made it through that alone is not enough. You've got to have everything else that goes with it. Anyway, he's looking at the red 2 down from the pink spot. And I think the rest clatter, so he's playing on different red. Kind of half bailed out there, and he played down the table thinking that he would be as happy to be still at the table with any shot on the colour. And now he might just be one shot away. He's grimacing because he didn't want to have this angle on the red.
50.
But he'll be going into other reds, and then of course there's just a degree of doubt as to that he'll get on the colour. Most boxes are being ticked here. A couple of little nudges have gone his way, but really there's not a lot of skill that's in there as well. Another terrific shot. Such control over that shot to play on the red.
57.
Well, he's been brilliant today, and a lot of it has been scoring as well. You know, we talk about him as the great match player, which he is, but he's produced a string of big breaks as well. It's been a great all-round performance, simple as that. Little look at the scores tells him that this red
62.
is for a place in his 59th world ranking final. Quite remarkable.
53.
And it sets up a really, really interesting title match on Sunday between this grandmaster of the sport, 50-year-old John Higgins, and a very exciting rising
70.
star, 22-year-old Wu Yize. What's going to prevail,
71.
experience or youth?
I think the fact that we don't know the answer to that, and we really, you might find people with very different
76.
opinions on that match, is why it's worth tuning into, isn't it?
Just seems every final, there's just so many storylines. We saw it in Belfast, of course, recently. We saw it in Xi'an with Williams. And here, we're going to see it again at Nanjing
84.
tomorrow. Higgins just going out in style. He's completely dominated this session. Maguire had that half chance, didn't he, in the last frame to potentially force the respot. Otherwise, he just hasn't been able to get in at all. So the red stays out, but an 84 completes. A terrific performance from John Higgins, the veteran, still producing the goods at the age of 50. And what a final we have to look forward to. He's playing young Wu Yize, searching for his first ranking title. Higgins looking for his 34th. He's beaten Stephen Maguire, and he's beaten him well, 9-2.